Hey everybody, this is Herschel from High School Top 200, and this um, next team in our ranking is number 16, Christ College, and the top 25 national rankings for High School Top 200. Christ College comes with a pretty experienced team, I think. They have a very good front row. They've got some pretty good leaders within the 9 and 10 spots. Even with I think some of the boys that are mixed around, even on the bench, and some of the young guys coming through, are going to be a pretty good. Are going to be a pretty good addition to the team and really good backup. For me, the best player in this team has got to be Patrick Thacker. To me, he's going to be one of New Zealand's top 3-4 props in the country. Him and Jack Rose actually started for the Jack Rose is from St Andrews. Both of them started for the under 18 Crusaders team last year as year 12s, and so and Patrick was part of the Barbarians as well. And so I believe he's going to be back there, but with the New Zealand secondary schools this year. If everything goes well throughout this year, and he's a good player too. He's like a good hard-working player that doesn't mess around, and he knows exactly what he wants to do and what his goals are and how to get there as well. So the work ethic, work ethic, is usually what brings a lot of players down. They just don't want to put in the work, and they think because they've been mentioned or they've been named or they've been talked about and certain things, they stop working hard and then they fail to push themselves past it. Patrick, to me, is not one of those kind of guys. He's always got a hard work ethic about him, and it's one that strives not just for New Zealand honours, but also so that Christ's becomes a factor in the UC Cup. I mean, Christ had a draw against Otago boys last week, and it shows, I personally think it shows how good this team can be, and what they can actually do this year within the UC Cup as well. Patrick is going to be the main guy. He's got Lockie Gunson at prop as well, and I think, and with Arthur Allen there as well, they're going to make a pretty strong, solid front row that can match up with St Andrews as well. I think they're going to be another front row that is probably one of the best in the country as a whole. And I think that when they, and it's not just at scrum time, even though they are really good at scrums, it's not just going to be scrum time, it's also going to be around the field, around the rucks, on defense, adding their bulk to whatever that situation that they're in. They're going to be able to do that. They've got Sam Derry at lock as well, and Sam Derry to me is one of those players. He's about 6'7", 6'8", real skinny guy, but at the same time, I think that once he hits 19, and he starts getting his his adult body kicking in, and he starts thickening out, he's going to be a pretty hard player to stop. And it's just one of those things that you just have to wait for. Sometimes is that some of these boys may not have their they might not have developed faster than others, and so you kind of just have to wait. And I'm always one of those guys as well. I just look at a kid and be like, he may not be much now, but once his body kicks in, he's going to be a lot better than all these other players. And I think Sam Derry is one of those kind of kids, is that once his body kicks in and he starts sticking out, he's going to be something hard to stop. And so being 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", he's going to be a problem to everybody in the lineouts. He's going to be a problem to everybody trying to get something going, and you kind of just have to cancel out the the lineouts options. You know, like if he's there too much and he gets in your way too much and he's up off the ground quick, and Patrick and Lockie can get him up there as well. You know, maybe it's just not an option. Maybe you're gonna just have to think about something else, and lineouts just cancel itself out. Hunter Wilson's gonna be back. He should be either blind side, open side, or 8. He's gonna pretty much take care of a lot of the, how do I say, just a lot of the running rugby. He should be able to shut down pretty quickly, and so that's what I'd kind of look for him to be doing. Shun is a Miyake, the Japanese kid at halfback. Him and Curtis Weeks are probably going to take over the running of the team in that way, where him and Curtis, when Shun and Curtis start getting a roll on stuff, they're going to be the guys that direct traffic from all over the park. And I think they're going to do it in a way where it's going to be kind of like that old school League 6-7 thing, where they're, you know, even if they're not around each other, they're going to control their sides of the field kind of thing. And Shun can do that from halfback because he's so quick and fast, and then the pack moves that same way. I think that he'll be able to get the ball out fast and into the hands quicker to the right guys that are coming on angles. And I think with Christ, they have to be running angles. They have to be showing different, they have to be given different running lanes that are not so visible and direct. Curtis is going to be the same way. I think Curtis is going to take care of the kicking side of it, as well as, because I think Curtis is kind of a big kid as well, and I think he's sharp enough and talented enough to take the ball himself if he wanted to. And that's going to be one of his strengths. And then he'll have like someone like Will Greenslade out there who's going to help him out with that kind of stuff too. And so, like, you're always going to have to try and figure out what the direction is going to be with this team. It's not going to be so easy as to predict the way that they want to run the ball, because I think that as a team, as a whole, they're going to be a lot better in the forwards than they will be in the backs, and they're going to sort of have to play an old school Northern Hemisphere kind of rugby, where it's all just pretty much forward based boring rugby, but they're going to control the game from the beginning, and it's all going to be done within that forward pack. And even if they're going to move the ball, they're going to move the ball basically from one forward pack to the other half that's standing out midfield, or, you know, midway, or, you know, on the 15-meter line, you know, things like that. And so Curtis and Shun are going to be the guys that direct it. I think they're going to play it old. I think they're going to play it safe and within their control. They do have some young boys coming up. And like, because guys like Theo Davis and Mitchell Cox, they have those guys, Edward Cullum, and Tyrus are also the other guy. And I was like, I'm not too sure where they're going to start playing all these guys and what combinations, things like that. But like, that's kind of what the layout of their team is. It's going to be hard in the UC Cup with how many players, good teams and good players that they have in that competition. But it's going to be a pretty good one, and I think Christ might be at the end in that top 4 for the UC Cup. That's my review on Christ College. Peace.